In this video, I will show you how to complete the Practica Musica activity, Playing Steps, for week number 3. The first thing you need to do after opening your program is to select the Exploring Theory course. Then select Chapter 1, Notation of Pitch. Then select the activity module, Playing Steps, and then click Open. I was in this activity module earlier today looking at it so I would know how I wanted to describe the instructions to you. So I need to, in this case, click or press any key to continue. So you'll notice over here that I've already reached a score of 9, but the goal is to reach a score of 16. And the directions at the top tell me to play both notes of a half step ascending from B. So the first thing that I'm going to look at is the note B. B is my original note. We would call that the root. And then I'm going to look at my directions. There are 2 steps. The first step is ascending. That means that I'm going to play up or higher than B. And the second direction is that I'm only going to play up higher a half step. So I start by playing the first note, or the root note B. I can pick any of the B's on the keyboard. And now I'm going to go up a half step. That means I'm going to play the neighbor note directly above B. In this case, that is the note C. Now the directions tell me to play both notes of a whole step descending from G. So again, the first thing I look at is my root note, which is G. I can pick any G on my keyboard. And then I look at the second set of directions, which is that I need to play in a descending manner, so I'm going to play a lower note, and I'm going to play a whole step lower. So I know a whole step means that I have to skip the neighbor note in between, so I'm going to skip the black key below G and instead play the note F. That creates a whole step. Now the directions tell me to play both notes of a whole step descending from A. So once again I start with my original root note A, and because it's descending I go down, I skip the neighbor all the way down to G, and I've played a whole step. Now the instructions say to play both notes of a whole step descending from C, and this is a great example to see how this can work when you have 2 white keys next to each other. So I start with my root note C. I know descending tells me to play down, and that a whole step means I skip the neighbor note B in between and go all the way down to the black key below B. And that's how I create a whole step. In this case, it says to play both notes of a whole step descending from B. So again, I find my original root note B. A whole step descending means to play down, so I skip the neighbor note black key in between and go all the way down to A. Now I need to play both notes of a half step ascending from E, so I start with my original root note E, and ascending means to play up, and a half step means to play the neighbor directly next to my original note, in this case up from my original note, so I play F. Now I'm told to play both notes of a whole step ascending from B. So once again I start with my original root note B, and I know ascending means I need to go up, and a whole step means I need to skip the neighbor note C and go to the next neighbor, which would be the black key above C. And once you reach 16 points, you get a great little song to play. When you have reached 16 points in this module, you can go to the top menu bar, select Playing Steps, and then select Quit this activity.